Yeah, we back on air with it.
Morning. Saturday morning.
Yes, sir.
September 26th.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning. Okay.
I need a coaster.
So briefly, I want to just talk about, my COVID-19 story.
How was it? I know,
man.
You was just going through a lot, wasn't you? Huh?
It's crazy, man. It's crazy because, like, our whole podcast, not our whole podcast, but like we premiered right as everything, kicked off with this virus.
Yeah.
And, we talked about it and, we discussed it and, you never know how something is until it hits you home directly. Sure. And for me, it did hit home directly because,
it hit you directly.
Yeah. Because I had caught it, it sucked. I'm not going to lie. Like I said off air to you, for like a good 3-4 day stretch there, I was hurting. It's not no ordinary flu. I tell you that. It's definitely as advertised, and it does affect everyone differently.
How about mentally? How do you feel mentally going through?
Mentally I was fine. Because I was just focused on trying to.
Was still high.
Yeah, I was just focused on trying to fight it off.
Okay.
So my mentality and my emotions didn't. It didn't.
It was more physical.
Yeah, it was more physical. It didn't get the best of me, but it was definitely a unique experience.
Dude, of course, it ain't gonna get the best of you, right?
Yeah, I was just focused on trying to get better and just try to fight it off.
What was your method to get better? Which you saw would be most useful for you during your time?
For me, just rest. Just rest. A lot of hot fluids. Mm-hmm. A lot of food as well. Yeah. I never lost my sense of taste or smell. Okay. It was just the symptoms just hit me all at one time. Luckily for my girlfriend, mm-hmm. The only symptoms she had as a result of trying to take care of me was just she lost her sense of taste and smell.
So but she caught it,
She caught it as a result trying to take care of me. Yeah.
That's a sacrifice, man. Aren't you happy to have a woman like that?
Yeah, man.
She put her life on the line.
No, she
what
did.
May happen to her at that point.
She did, and I told her I was like, I was very, very grateful for the fact that she did it without even thinking twice about it. Because she would just her whole thing was she was so concerned about me and trying to nurse me back to health. She wasn't even thinking the fact that, okay, well, I'm exposing myself directly by coming in contact.
She's like, I need my king. I need my king to be better. That's all I need right now.
Yeah. She definitely was a big help in get me back to health. But, fortunately, for her, she didn't have to experience all the symptoms I had to experience. I was glad she didn't have to go through that discomfort I had to go through. But yeah, definitely, it's you can do everything right and you can still catch it, and that was my case. I was doing everything right this entire time, but
see, that's the thing though. We don't know what right and wrong is for real. Technically, you can say you're doing everything right, but putting yourself at risk, is that the right thing? So like right and wrong is like that.
Yeah.
Like, huh?
Yeah. But
But you had to work, then you had to be out there. We had to make sacrifices every day in this world.
Yeah.
So we understand, we can't really interpret right and wrong, but we know our decisions, we have a reason why behind them. That's more of, you knew why you were putting yourself at risk. That's what helped you make that decision. Like, all right, if I do get it, I know why I got it, so I'm not going to be as mad when I do get it.
Yeah, and that was the thing, and that's why... that's why I didn't trip about it when I did catch it, because it's not like I was being reckless. It's just a byproduct of me going out here going to work, and then someone else that I work with got exposed with the virus, by their parents, so it's just one of those things. My whole thing is, I was just trying to focus on just get myself back to health. And the only thing I was concerned about was, okay, well, we still don't know a lot of things about this virus. Like, I don't know if there's going to be any long lasting effects from it. That's the thing. That's one thing I don't know.
I'm not studying. I'm not doing research on coronavirus. So, I don't know either.
I've heard rumors, but it all varies case by case. I was just glad that one, I'm young, and then two, I'm in good health. There's a lot of other people and families out there who, right now they're still grieving because they lost a family member because of the virus.
A lot of people passed away this year, It's just crazy. Not even due to the virus, just everything going on this year. So, everybody feeling pain this year. Everybody feeling it. We all feeling it this year, 2020. That's why we all feel it. Even though, you actually caught it physically, I still feel it. I feel your pain. I feel everything, bro.
Yeah. So, that's my story. So I am a statistic now.
You always been a statistic. So now let me
I'm a statistic now, but I'm here, and I just want to tell everyone, just continue doing what y'all doing. I know everything is starting trying open back up slowly, but still protect yourselves, wear your mask, wash your hands, social distance when you can. And just try to do the best you can to stop the spread.
So all we can do is just help each other out. Take accountability for ourselves to save each other. If we do the right thing, and hopefully someone else do the right thing, and they keep that cycle going, we'll be safe. If everybody did the right thing like that and just kept that cycle, be accountable for oneself, we'd be all right.
We'll be fine. All right. Okay. On to more pressing issues. Breonna Taylor.
The verdict. That one right there. It's so from what we know. What we know is, we as black people, we already set behind. So to fight as hard that we have to fight, sometimes we get tired. I do understand that fighting, you get tired. You get tired of fight because how much energy you got to put into it. You got to put in a lot of effort for that fight. You got to be willing to take rejection, people spitting on you, people not seeing you the way you see just for your fight, for your battle. And, sometimes we do give in to, the temptation and the manipulatives that people throw at us, hey, see if they bite off of this, see if they bite off of that. But my opinion, if you truly, truly want something, you stand by who you are as a person and don't let nobody deter you away from that, with no manipulative money or whatever. Money, for me, money can't change me. And if I want something, I'm going after that. I'm not going after the money. I'm going after what's behind it. My passion is inside of me. And money ain't my passion. I know money ain't. At the end of the day, that don't make me happy.
It's the situation with Breonna Taylor and her family and the Louisville Police Department. It sucks, man. Because they had a valid search warrant. Now whether they knocked and announced themselves or made themselves known to them or not, that's up for debate. Couple neighbors said that they heard them, others said they didn't. The whole situation is messed up, because they went there looking for her ex-boyfriend who wasn't even there.
So now they got to cover their ass, basically. That's how I look at it. In society, it's basic human instinct to protect yourself, cover your ass. That's what we are taught. save yourself first. So you ain't thinking about, oh, let me save him, them, that. No. It's you like, oh, how do we cover our ass right now? What do we got to do to cover our ass?
And and you know, and the thing about that situation that makes it even worse is the fact that, you know, Kentucky has, you know, stand your ground laws.
Yeah.
You know, that her boyfriend had every right to defend his house because he
was there. Like if it was the fact that he was there and he was in the shootout or whatever, and shoot back, I would shoot back if someone's coming. I don't care who you are at that point. You're coming in my house. I don't know. Like, I'm not aware of what's going on. Like you waking up out of your sleep, just bow, bow, bow. It's a shootout at this point.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, guns blazing.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you hear people trying to come through your door, you know, and you have these laws that are on your side, and combined with the fact that, you know, you have these firearm laws that are on your side, and you had a registered firearm and all that. Yeah, you're gonna protect your house because you don't know what's going on, you know, and you know the fact that, you know, I mean, she's sitting in her apartment like watching a movie, and you know she lose her life just because they were looking for one person who wasn't even there.
So basically, you know, you're already aware that this person there, you're not aware of when they may be there. So you think you know how to do your job, but you don't. You ain't really tracking them correctly at that point, right?
I mean,
that's what it makes it seem like.
You know, and the search warrant was valid, you know, and that's cool. But I mean, what intel did they seem to have that made them to believe that, you know, this man was really there? You know, I mean, unless she was living
a hypothetical.
Yeah, I mean, unless she was living a double life and she was involved with more than one person, who knows? But there should never be a situation where you're looking for someone, they're not there, and then all of a sudden you get in a gunfight because
your intent already. Like, I feel like most of the time, when your intention is to kill at, you know, like any means necessary, you're already gonna go in there with that, and that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, they already intended to kill that man.
And now, and that was the mindset, because I guess supposedly her ex-boyfriend was a drug dealer. So
let's get rid of him.
Not necessarily let's get rid of him, but when you're going, you know, when you go into someone's house with that information in mind, you know, and they could have received information that he was armed and dangerous.
Yeah, they could have got no telling what informants they had. You know, it could have been his friends, people close to him.
You know, so with that in mind, when you're going to serve that search warrant, you know, you're going to have a heightened sense of alert. You know, but at the same time, if you did your jobs properly and you announced yourself, that man would open that door.
He would, by law,
and you would have recognized.
And you would have what's going on. It wouldn't been like you would have more control in that situation. You know, from there, like, I don't think casualties would have got hurt if you did it correctly.
Right.
You know, it wouldn't have been no casualties at war if your job is done correctly. There's never no casualties when you do something correctly.
And you know, that's why I think either they didn't announce themselves or they didn't hear them, because
and they had already the intent for whatever they had their plan of how they were going to do it, and that's that.
Yeah, you know, because if they announced themselves, that man would open up that door, and they would have realized, one, okay, you're not who we're looking for, and then they would have asked the proper questions. Hey, is such and such here? You know, and then she would have came up and said, no, he's not here, kind of thing, and everything.
They'd be like, you lying? Oh well, you got warrant, you got warrant, so she has to open up. So at that point, you don't have to shoot her.
Right? No, not at all.
You have a warrant.
I mean, because you're there to serve that warrant. You know, to her. You know, whether it was to search the place or whatever, or a car or whatever, phone, laptop, whatever. You know, they were there to serve that warrant. But, you know, obviously they didn't hear them. They kicked down the door, and, you know, we know the rest. But something that, I recently learned that I wasn't aware of until this morning was the fact that her family, I guess, like took the money from with the city, that they settled with the city.
Basically came to a deal,
And when you, either way, the family would have got paid. They would have got paid
at the end
either
of the
way.
day, because that wrongful, death. I believe you should have got paid.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can't speak. We're not in that family's position for the most part. We don't understand what they're feeling because it's not our situation. But we can always go off of what I would have did, what I would have done. But they're hurt right now.
Of course.
We aren't the ones hurting like them. It's them. Right. So they did what they had to do for their situation.
Yeah, and some people is going to debate, well, why they take the money so fast? Why didn't they hold?
Honestly, some people around here, and they would have took the money because like you've been struggling for this long, and that's why I can understand, both sides. Like, man, look, I've been struggling this long. It's probably the only chance I got, to change my life. A big opportunity like this.
Yeah.
You only go off of what you know, especially if you don't believe you can get more out of it. You're only going to settle for that deal. Now, if you're confident that I deserve more than this for my pain, you make them give it to you. You make them. You cannot settle for less.
Yeah, and and that's what that's what a lot of people is going to argue is why didn't they hold out for more, and when you're in a situation where you lose a loved one and you're presented with this settlement for X amount of dollars, depending on your financial situation, you're gonna take it and you're gonna run with it and you're gonna make the most out of it. Who's to say that they would have gotten more? We don't know that, but the best possible solution besides them really getting justice, which still they haven't got justice for her death.
Money is not justice.
No, money is just a Band-Aid.
I think so, and that kind of to me, I see the same thing done in politics. That's how basically I look at it. Those are similar analogies for me. Because in politics, what do? People promise us things, just for position, for a position, and we don't know if they're gonna live up. We know most of the time why they're doing this, to get in position, for power and do the things they need to do on their agenda. That's their agenda. But in order to get us and build trust, gotta make some promises on your agenda, what you need. And, and if I can, keep you, say what, somewhat happy, eating out my hand, that's a win-win for me.
Man, that's something that I'm always, curious about because, a lot of politicians, they do make a lot of, promises. They're gonna do this, they're gonna do that, but in my mind, I'm always like, but is that really your position? Like, do you really want to do X, Y, and Z?
I'd rather a politician look me in the eye, telling me exactly what you want to do for my people. Look me directly in the eye, so I can see, I can read that person, look me in the eye, whether they truly want to do it or not. And if they are genuine with the things they're saying, you can tell. They ain't gotta look down to read because it's coming from the heart, correct?
Yeah.
Every time they gotta look down and read, that means I had to reherse this. I don't know it too well. It's not my heart.
Yeah.
That's the thing that be killing me with that. Y'all can he had to study this. Someone wrote this for him. Look, he's doing this with you. He can't sit here and give you something genuinely from the heart, and you still let this man buy your votes.
Yeah, because if you really have a game plan about what you want to do, you're going to speak on that from the heart, and you're going to outline what that plan is. You shouldn't have to read from a piece of paper to reference what it is you want to do for the people that you're trying to get to vote you in. Yeah, I I'm always curious when I hear politicians speak on, you know, what their agenda is. Mm-hmm. And you know what they ultimately want to do. I'm open-minded to listen, but I'm really thinking like, one, is this really how you feel? And two, well, it's really not up to you on whether this.
Yeah, because you got people you got to go around and make this happen. You can't just tell them something. Then I believe only you can make this happen because I know how this country works, and it don't work. We have checks and balances
at all times. Yeah, man. And briefly, you know, I'm gonna talk about the presidential election. You know, because this election is important, man. This is the most important election.
This world's changing, so you can tell how important.
I mean, the world is changing before our eyes every single second. It seems like, the presidential debate is next week, and you know, a lot of people still feel like, you know, well, it's a lesser between two evils again, and yeah, that might be the case, but you know, I think the way we're going as a country right now, you know, right now it's a zoo out there. You know,
it's a pandemic.
it's a zoo. You know, the pandemic is still going on. It just seems like there's like no order right now.
No order. Everybody just out there for themselves. It looks
yeah. You know, you got people, you know, still protesting hardcore. You know, up in Portland, they going strong. It's like over 100 days so far they've been protesting up there. Yeah, November 3rd is important, man. We need this to go a different way.
We need change in our communities. So we have to bring it. It's not going to just appear. It's not coming out of a hat. You have to bring it to them. You know, you have to make them, force them to change, force people to change.
Individually, and we've spoke on this a few different times on the show, but individually, we all have to really take a deep dive and look at ourselves and ask, what can I do better?
For real.
And on top of that, what can I do for others? You know,
you gotta serve your people. You gotta give. You gotta give before you expect to receive something. You gotta give. It's the universe. That's how the universe works. When you give, you do receive, and you gotta genuinely give without expecting to receive.
Man, it's crazy how contagious that is. You know, being giving. Mm-hmm. You know, you do something for somebody, and all of a sudden, they turn around and they do it, and then the person after them do it, and then they do it, and they do it, and they do it. You know, after a while, when you see that, you know, even if you're the most, you know, cold-blooded, you know, person in the world, after a while, when you see a certain kind of behavior repeat itself over and over and over again, and then it's done onto you, you gonna end up doing it yourself. You want to make a change, you know, whether it's for the better or whether you're going to continue on the path, you know, you was going on. But we all have to do more, and then we all have to engage ourselves in our own respective communities and you know, have these conversations, you know, we have on here, you know, every other
uncomfortable ones.
Every other
That's
Saturday.
Why we do it. But nah, with that being said, let's go ahead and take a break right now, you know, and we'll get back at them.
All right.
All right, let's watch the clock.
Okay.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. Short break. So, a couple weeks ago, I had seen, one of my good friends. She had basically posted this. Well, she didn't post it, but she had raised a question on whether men are intimidated by women who make more money than them. Nowadays, women are more educated, independent, and hold positions of power.
Yeah,
very
now, successful. Women, taking these, authority positions, doing great things like what? Rangers, special, airborne rangers.
Yeah.
And stuff
The army doing
women,
that. Yeah.
In politics, everywhere. Women running their own businesses, don't need no man.
Yeah.
Women
so
basically,
women have become more integrated into the workforce more than ever before, with holding these positions that men would typically hold, and with that, sometimes.
Comes intimidation. Let's be
honest. Comes intimidation
to a man who already in his head feels inferior. Like, you already think, that's how some men feel already, inferior. So then they come across that woman who's like an alpha. So it's like, oh, I cannot, I'm inferior to this person.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna feel, it's not gonna sit well. But I do want to sit with them because I see that, oh, she's beautiful, she got all this. But if you can't maintain that, why you trying to be with that? Your energy.
Yeah. My thing is, when you're involved with a woman who does make more money than you, the thinking I have is, okay, well, it's a partnership. Like,
exactly,
we in this together. It's not no competition.
Exactly.
I'm not competing with my woman to make more money than her. It's not about that. It's about, you all bringing what you all bring into the household financially together and making the most out of it.
Yeah.
It should never come down to the point where your whole emotional state is affected by the fact that your woman, she may make like $150,000 a year and then you only make 80. I mean, as a man, like, you're gonna make the most out of what you bring into the household, but you're not any less of a man if you don't bring in the big checks into the house. I mean,
you already know it. You already saying what you focus on.
Yeah,
I'm not good enough. I don't bring in money. Like, when you focus on money in a relationship, that's already the wrong thing right there. It's gonna fail focusing on money. If you treat it like a business deal, rather than, like you said, actually a partnership, two people, meeting at one place and doing what y'all got to do together, building together. If y'all build together, y'all going to keep growing. Why does it matter who makes more money if you're building? You're both going up.
Yeah.
You get me? You're both going up. It don't matter.
Right.
Now it matters when it's like this. That's the only time it matters, because look where I am.
Right. Yeah.
It looks like it matters then.
Yeah, and I mean, I get it, because men, we're naturally supposed to be the head of the household, tip of the spear. We're supposed to be leading from the front, basically.
Yeah, you're supposed to be. We are trained, and society teaches we have to be independent. Now, what society was teaching women before, they had to be dependent. Women changed the game.
Right.
They were innovators. Like, no, we're tired of being dependent,
and rightfully so.
Yeah, I would been tired of that shit too.
Yeah,
especially not
so.
getting the respect you deserve.
Right.
Hell yeah, that's how y'all do that shit. Y'all took the respect.
Couldn't
honestly.
Vote, couldn't work, had to
But
stay
now
at
you
home,
can.
take care of the kids, cook, clean, attend to the house. No, times has changed.
Honestly, if I was a man who manipulated like that, yeah, I would feel inferior too. If I was focusing on how I could manipulate a woman, I would feel inferior.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know. It's tough because I guess some men are too controlling. They want to have all the power, financially and all that. So, I guess a lot of men feel like if they can't control their woman financially, then she doesn't need me. And at the end of the day,
I'm not man enough either. Right.
Right. And at the end of the day, like a real woman who's about her guy, they don't care about how much money.
They know why they with them. Women know why.
Yeah.
Women know the special things about the dude they with.
Yep.
They can see more. Like, you realize someone on that opposite side can see more about you than you can most of the time. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
They know why they with you.
And that's true. You know, and like I said, a lot of those women, they don't care about how much money their man makes. They just want them to be
willing, open,
focused,
honest,
ambitious. Yeah, all of that. That's what they want. That's what they care about. It's not all about finances.
It's how hard you willing to go for me, for real.
It's how hard you're willing to go for me. And as long as you're willing to continue climbing and progressing and, knocking out different goals as you go through life, that's what they care about. What we see on TV and on the internet, with these different women, looking for a quick come up. That's not
the way to go. You already
get
yourself in trouble.
Yeah, that's not how women really think. There are a lot of good, hard-working women out here, black, white, whoever,
just women,
Latino, just women. Period. Yeah, that just genuinely want a good man to be by their side, to protect them, to provide, and to just have a stable household. It doesn't matter. To them whether.
But both parties, honestly, it is like male or female, like, man or woman, both parties have to be willing, like sometimes, women do make it a little difficult for a male, sometimes we make it difficult for them. We got to learn how to compromise with one another. That's on y'all to build that relationship. Whoever you're trying to do, it's on you at that point. You got to know what you're doing.
That's life, yeah, because, at times, at times, we're going to clash. That's
always happening. Like even me and you going to clash. People go in clash. It happens. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Difference of opinion is not a bad thing, and that's what a lot of people are afraid of. Yeah.
Be able to coexist with. They understand that. Look, people are entitled to have their own opinion. Like, honestly, you get the best results when you have different opinions, different perspectives, all going to one direction. You need a bunch of different perspectives, different angles, there, that corner, there. Now we can all analyze together on this one, one area, this core, where we're targeting on. And now we got a bunch of information. We all collectively got knowledge on this, and let's talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, because I always felt like if I always agreed on everything with someone, something is wrong. Like, it's gonna get to the point where I'm like, all right, when we gonna disagree? When we gonna disagree? Yeah, when are we gonna disagree about something? Yeah, because
I know I'm not always right. Like, I'm not the best. I know I'm but I tried to do better. That's the thing. I know I'm not always right.
Yeah, and and I know I'm not always right. I'm very opinionated, and
we all are. That's what we have.
Yeah, and I know a lot of different things, and I want to be heard just like the next person want to be heard. But at the same time, like, I'm open-minded enough to know that, okay, one, I don't know everything, and then two, the next person, they might know more than me that I don't know on a particular subject that they can educate me on. And at the end of the day, we got to be open-minded and willing and willing to learn new things instead of
thinking it's only one way and
it's only one way to do something. Yeah. Okay, so Megan and Tory Lanez.
Megan and Tory Lanez. Well, let's think of things we know about celebrities. They are, front page basically most of the time. Celebrities
all the time
have your attention. That's their job. Their job is to have your attention. So no matter what, they need attention. And that's what they're going to do at the end of the day. And why do you think people always gravitate to them? Because they have your attention. These are the ones who are the best at attention grabbing. You know, these are the number one people at that. That's all that means, you know.
At entertaining.
Yeah, entertaining.
Yeah.
We know how to entertain you. And we're going to do that.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's that simple. So no matter what, you still got to know they're going to add some emphasis to things that probably, you know, wasn't or was, was or was not, you know, in, the situation, or, hype it up, because then, we know, like, oh, we got to get them riled up. We need people to feel this one, you know?
Yeah, I had posted on Facebook, I think like a week ago, when I was recovering, just to talk about, Cardi B and Offset situation real quick. For some reason, as black people, we love to see black families fail.
Yeah. That's just,
but
misery loves company. Sometimes
it kind of pissed me off, because we, on one side, we're marching the streets demanding justice for all these other different things, and then in house we're making fun of and making light of and debating,
throwing shade on a black family situation. Mm-hmm. Who cares what they go through inside their house? We all know we go through shit, but we willing to laugh at someone else's shit. That's the crazy
like we are what they are going through is what we all go through.
Mm-hmm. We all go through it, but we don't want to admit it. We're not the courageous one. They're courageous from actually putting it on the front page, the front page magazine. Like, look, that's what we're going through, and we're going to deal with this shit, and that's that.
Right. Yeah. And you have people going back and forth on social media talking about who's right, who's wrong. Oh, she was right. Oh, he was right. Taking gender sides, and it's not even about that.
It takes two in a relationship. No matter right or wrong. You both come together to either do right, or like you're gonna help each other do better if you're trying to do better. Right. Or if you're trying to just settle, you're gonna settle too. That's it. Like people say, settle down, don't realize what they're actually doing. Because you say settle, you're probably settling most of the time. If you say I'm settling down, you settling. That's you listen to words you're saying out your mouth for a reason. You know what you're doing. Your body's smart.
Yeah, I mean, you got these. And I'm gonna pick on the ladies real quick, because you got these fake feminists who think they are about the movement, but they're really not.
It's still one sided again. We're doing it again. I know what you're talking
about. They're really not down with the movement. They just want to.
Just because you've been suppressed for a long time, now it's time to oppress. Like,
I mean, what's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I don't care what gender you are, what race you are, whatever. It's about being transparent, And what I saw was a lot of women just picking sides just because, oh well, she's a woman, so I'm a defender. Like we don't know what really went on. Mm-hmm. In their situation,
because we know we always contribute to, no matter what,
to something.
We always contribute. Like, no matter, you could have not been supporting him at the right time he needed you or whatever. No matter what, we got to think about what we did wrong before we even say, oh, this person, they don't do this and that. What are you doing,
man? It takes two to dance,
Yeah.
And
I could dance by myself.
But in a relationship, you got to have give and take.
Yeah, I get you.
I'm gonna do things that are wrong sometimes, and my partner's gonna do things that are wrong sometimes. That's okay. Mm-hmm.
What y'all do after that
is what happens after that.
Our future,
right?
Like if y'all correcting each other and building, y'all gonna be fine.
Right.
But if y'all allow one another to do wrong at the times and not sit there and communicate and work on that change,
right?
Well, it's gonna go down here.
Because when we screw up, when we fuck up something, right? It's blasted on the front page, right? We get everything thrown at us. But when women mess up, it's like brush underneath the rug.
What did he do? He had to do something.
It's swept underneath the rug. Yeah, it's swept underneath the rug. And as men, it's like we kind of got to deal with it, and it's like, no, we're not going to deal with it. We're going to
keep the same energy. That's all. We just got to meet each other with the same energy.
Yeah, I mean, if you gonna blast us when we mess up, we gonna blast you when you mess up, and then it's like, and then we're gonna correct it and we're gonna move on from it. Yeah. But to tell us as men to just like deal with it or like sweep underneath the rug, like no, we not doing that, because if we sweep underneath the rug, then in your mind you think that we are okay with that, and at the end of the day we're not okay with it, because like, man, we have emotions too, and we might not be as emotional as women.
We don't know how to communicate that well.
Yeah, I mean, we'll tell about communicating, but when things are swept underneath the rug and we're basically just told, okay, we'll deal with it, after a while you don't want us to blow up. You don't want us to blow up, like when things boil over, because it's gonna come out all at one time. Though. Yeah,
because we don't talk that much. We don't release our feelings as much. So now that's why we blow up, because we hold all that inside until that one time. Like, I'm tired of all this, but then now you ain't gonna be able to identify what the problem is, because you exploded. You can't even get your point across now because you exploded. Once you do that, you are screwed.
Yeah,
you are screwed.
Yeah. It's like a volcano erupting. It's gonna erupt, and it's gonna be erupting until it can't erupt no more. You know, and that's what's dangerous about that, especially when you involve alcohol and drugs and all that, and
those
and that happens,
alcohol, man. That already right there, frontal lobe, like your logic and reasoning, wiped down, like suppressed.
Yeah.
No reasoning at that point once you got alcohol in your system. And you know what goes up though? Your feelings, you know, all that pleasure boost stuff, and now you feel some type of, you like, oh, I could communicate now. And that's why men feel like they can communicate off of alcohol. Oh, because my feelings are rise and everything. Now I can get this out. Oh, now I'm here. No, you should have been there before you had to drink that, honestly.
Yeah, honestly. And you know, and that's why, like, as men, like, you know, when we're going through things, we go to the barbershop. Or we go to like the bar, or like Buffalo Wild Wings, or we get together with our boys or whatever. Cause that's how we blow off steam.
Yeah,
like we blow off steam by getting together with our boys and
talking shit. Basically.
Yeah,
we talk shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's basically how we blow off. I mean, besides the gym, or like you know, working out. You know, or even playing video games. You know, to be honest, playing video games is a good way to blow off steam.
For us, like
for us,
sit there, we focus.
Yeah,
nothing else going on right now. I am here. I am here.
Yeah, I mean that's a good way to blow off some steam. But no, that's why we honestly, like, sometimes, like, for the ladies listening, like that's why we sometimes like leave out and go to the bar, or go to like Buffalo Wild Wings, or go to Green Turtle. Like, so why you think, you know, oh well, who house did you go over, or who did you meet up with? Like, little do you know, I met up with my boys and we had a couple drinks and we were just blowing on some steam. Yeah. But in their mind, you know,
what bitch was you with?
Right. Right. Yeah. It's like,
I had to say it.
Like,
who was you with? What?
I was just blowing some steam. and we know they're gonna get upset because they don't know. Yeah. And so we may be so nonchalant. I mean, not nonchalant, but we may just be like, I went to the bar to have a couple drinks with my boys. And that makes them more upset because they really don't know.
Don't let you get a haircut on that day. Get a fresh haircut on that day, bro. I dare you. Your life gonna be hell that night.
Man, but you know, the barbershop is our safe haven. That's like one of the places we can go and not be judged. It's the barbershop. Like that's where we do most of our talking. Is there, because more times than not women don't come in there. they don't come in.
But they are now though.
I mean they are now.
They getting in, and they women, the single mothers. Have
Even then, like if there's women in there, we still having barbershop talk. It don't matter.
You gonna get this?
It don't.
You gonna get this information.
Yeah, just because you sitting in here, don't mean we're not gonna talk about what we want to talk about.
You in our zone.
You in our home. This is our safe haven. Safe haven. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's always funny to see how that work out sometimes when they're on the outside looking in on things.
That's perspective, though. You think about it, everybody got different perspective.
Yeah. But all right, that's it for today's show. Appreciate y'all for tuning in like always. Don't catch COVID-19 like I did.
Don't be like Vic. Bro, here you go.
Yeah. Nah, but thank y'all for listening today. Y'all be safe, and we'll see y'all in a couple weeks. All right, peace.
Peace.